Why does the Alliance wear clothes? Well, the meta answer is obvious. Boom uses human models from the Steam workshop. But what's the lore reason? I mean, it doesn't make much sense, does it? It costs resources, they get easily damaged. Do they just want to aura farm? Well, we know that the Alliance agents used to be human, now turned to robots, likely partly to avoid skibidi infection. There are some theories that not all of them used to be human because there are so dang many. But I think everything so far hints that all agents are indeed conscious and all have their own personalities. But think about the process. Gotta be a bit traumatic to be turned into a robot, right? Your human body is essentially killed, and your memories are collected and placed into a machine. How do you cope with that? Just consider that for a moment. The anticipation of the procedure, waking up for the first time feeling entirely unfamiliar, this new hard, heavy, metallic shell, which you can never escape. It's kind of chilling. We know nothing about the process, but what we do know is the Alliance very deliberately put a lot of resources into agent morale. Perhaps it's absolutely necessary to avoid their robotic consciousness going insane or becoming depressed. That's why they often waste food and drink to play-eat. That's why they look, move, and are built as humanoids. And of course, that's why they wear clothes. All so they can feel more comfortable in their own cold metallic skin. It's gotta be nicer to reach out to the world with a gloved hand rather than whatever this is. To push this point even further, even their titans get cool fits. This obviously takes up a lot of resources and time. Would be a huge undertaking to tailor for a 200+ foot robot, bro. But it's simply necessary for morale and for the Alliance to function. But we can go deeper. Agents feel pain. He did say this when asked about the Titans, but this very likely applies to all agents. Why the heck would that be programmed into them? Again, this seems to both waste resources and miss the potential benefits of not doing it at all. Imagine if agents could just run around free of fear of feeling hurt. However, much like with clothing and behavior, I think that it might just be a necessary part of transferring someone to a machine. Perhaps they experimented with it, and it caused issues with people's sanity. The Alliance also pour efforts and resources into other forms of morale, such as this statue. At first glance, another waste of resources, but seen as necessary, like everything else. Essentially, many things point to deliberate efforts to connect them with their human past and their inspirations, humanizing them even if it seemingly wastes resources. But if all of this is true, why not just give them synthetic human faces? Well, at the end of the day, Alliance agents are soldiers, and their heads are tools and weapons. The clothing is just a way to work around that. I don't know, maybe it's not that deep. What do you think the reason is? Subscribe.